To me, leadership is not about yourself. Leadership is about others. A concept from Simon Sinek saying that, a great leader creates an environment where people thrive. And that's wholeheartedly believe that, because if you really want to achieve great things, you just can't do it by yourself. You're going to need a lot of the right people, capable people that are going to make that vision come true. And the best way to do that is surround yourself with people who understand who they are, know the direction that they want to go, and they see that by following me as the leader or working in this company, that I can achieve this myself, but at the same time help the organization achieve its goals. So to me, it's a great leader is one who sets an environment for people to thrive.
Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gents. I got another great episode, but it's going to be tied with leadership, and it may be a little bit more passion, but this is going to focus on the topic of authenticity. So we're going to focus on that. But make sure, once I begin, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube and subscribe to any podcast channel. We're on all types of podcast channels. Just subscribe. But here's the treat. I'm going to read the about section, then we're going to get straight to the source, ladies and gentlemen. So let me open this and we will begin here. So today's guest is Lance Tanaka. And Lance Tanaka is an executive leadership expert in elevating global leaders and managers to higher heights. He also served on 3 boards and authored 3 books. His unique focus of leadership is currently, which I'll pass back on there, apologize. Lance is currently the founder and managing director of the Lance Tanaka Group, a consulting company that provides executive coaching for the best of the best, working with the leading multinational and local companies in their respective industries throughout Asia Pacific. Since 2001, Lance has accumulated over 17,000 coaching hours of executives from China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, US, and Europe. He has coached over 800 CEO, partner, manager, director, general manager level executives from the top global firms. He has coached over 500 from the top professional services and financial service firms. At the time of this guest feature interview, Lance is currently a board member of the Mango Insight SIMA International, SIMA International. Lance held a number of senior positions in Pepsi-Cola International over a 15-year period. For more information, reach out to Lance and his team at www.lancetanakagroup.com. That's spelled LanceTanakagroup.com. Welcome to the show, Lance.
Thank you, Nicholas. Do I call you Nick or Nicholas?
Hey, my friends call
Mr.
me
Brown.
Nick. Yeah. Call me Nick. Only time I say Nicholas when you write the check. Nicholas Brown.
All right.
But I definitely appreciate your time, ladies and gentlemen. I want to set the story, and I stress that. Go to LinkedIn if you want to take care of business and build a bridge. Here's an example here. I appreciate this person's time, did my research. If you go to YouTube, type in his name, you'll see all types of information that he has on there and the source of wealth that he has. So, but I'm going to get to it. I just want to thank you for that, for your time and reaching out to you for that. He's at the time of this plan, ladies and gentlemen, he has a top article on Forbes, so make sure you look for that. But look for it, as I said, on LinkedIn. You'll see that. That's what I read and researched that on there. So she's going to explain that. So what we do here, Lance, we focus on three things on this first episode, which I'll be blessed and it'll be an honor to have you on another episode in time, maybe in 6 months to a year, or whenever you're ready, reach out to me. Well, we focus on three things. We talk about motivation, teaching, and perspective. But you can focus on three things because your experience. This is going to be about leadership, but leadership, which you're going to explain too, is all about personal development. Which, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching it on YouTube, you see that Gintor in the back of that screen. If you can see that, he's all over. He's multi-talented. He's multi-talented. So personal development. But I just want to explain this special thing. What motivated you to become a leader? Tell us your story, sir, please.
Oh, geez, that started, obviously years and
Okay.
years ago.
Okay.
I think when I started off, as a youngster, I wasn't really thinking about becoming a leader.
Okay.
I was like probably most people. I was just focused on how to get the job, and then how do I get the next job, and then how do I
Okay.
make more money in the next job. And that was probably the first part of my professional life. It really wasn't visioned,
Okay.
a vision. Organized. It was just more about what do I need to do to get to the next thing. But it's the next half of my professional career where I really focused in more on, what's the vision? What is
Okay.
it that I really want to accomplish?
About what time was that? What was your age at the time? Were you married then, or was you a teenager, or were you getting out of college? Well, what were you thinking?
The transition occurred right around when I was 35. I was
Okay.
the general manager for Pepsi Tokyo
Wow. Okay.
at the time. So that was, I guess, that's an executive level at a fairly young age. And, I was very blessed and very lucky to have worked for Pepsi and for all those different jobs. I worked for Pepsi for 15 years. I think I had around 7 different jobs
Okay.
in 5 different countries. So, I
Okay.
mean,
Were they management positions?
they're
Were most
all,
of them?
they're
Okay.
all the
So
management.
you had to lead. You had some type of team, or someone had
Yeah,
to follow
yeah.
your
I
pace.
had to learn along the way. But when I was
Sure.
35, I realized I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Okay.
back then I said, okay, I want to be, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to, have more control over who I am, what my
Mm.
schedule. I don't have to ask for, approval for anything. And so that started me on my journey to figure out who am I, what is my gifting, and how can I leverage that into having a fulfilled, purposeful, successful career.
You hit a word. What I'm interested to know. Who am I? What am I gifting? What do you mean about that? What do you mean by that?
Well, essentially, I think the best leaders
Okay.
understand who they are. They're authentic. And
Okay.
to me, authentic leader means be the leader that you were designed to be.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
necessarily the leader you want to be, not necessarily the leader that I admire somebody else and I want to be like that. Authenticity is trying to figure out who you are and figure out what kind of leader you should be. And that would be leveraging your gifting. And to me, gifting is what are your strengths? What are your passions? What are your values? What are your experiences? And get that into your life, get that into your leadership life. And then you do that, you're going to become more authentic because you're going to be who you were meant to be.
Okay. So that leads to when I did my research, like I said, I got joined, I got magnetized because you're so knowledgeable and wise. You had something which I want you to break it down. That leads to you don't have a true north. You were saying that you have something like you were saying, like a direction to north. Just don't quit. So that leads to, as you said before, be the leader that's authentic to your design, right? I mean, just keep plowing on, heading north. Have that because you're gonna make mistakes, correct?
Yeah, but it's a lot of it has to be introspective,
Okay.
where you're going to have, because a lot of people tell you who you should be, a lot of people tell you what you should be doing, and it's okay to get advice and get that information, but the real important information is inside you. And so you have to be more introspective to say, what is it that I really love, what is it that I'm really good at?
Yeah. Is that what pushed you from when you realized at 35, like, hey, I want to make a change, I want to make a pivot?
Not really. I mean,
Really?
that was more, that was more internal, because most people said, well, continue to be an executive at Pepsi and Nike, making good money, high
Yeah.
level, first class travel,
Right.
5-star hotels. But that's not what was driving me. And so a lot of times when you pursue your career, your true career, where you should be going, there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to agree with it. There's going to be a lot of people say, well, that's risky, or, why are you going to throw away 15 years at Pepsi, kind of thing.
Right. Stay comfortable. Why you want to get out your comfort zone?
Yeah.
So, oh man, this is a good topic. This is on personal development to me. So did you have people on your side? Did you have some type of group, or it was just focused like I gotta go. This is, I'm not passionate about this. Yeah, I'm making this good money or whatever, but I just don't see it. Did you get okay?
I had a few friends that would give me advice and keep me going. Of course, my wife and family were all supportive of it. So you need to have people on your side, because there's going to be a lot that aren't.
Man, that's awesome. So, can you give us what's your understanding? So what is leadership? So you broke that down. So give us a quick breakdown of leadership to you. What is leadership overall?
To me, leadership is not about yourself. Leadership is about others. And if I could use maybe not a quote, but a concept from Simon Sinek, saying that, a great leader creates an environment where people thrive. And that's wholeheartedly believe that, because if you really want to achieve great things, you just can't do it by yourself. You're going to need a lot of the right people, capable people that are going to make that vision come true. And the best way to do that is surround yourself with people who understand who they are, know the direction that they want to go, and they see that by following me as the leader or working in this company, that I can achieve this myself, but at the same time help the organization achieve its goals. So to me, it's a great leader is one who sets an environment for people to thrive.
That's awesome. So that ties in with your group. What type of group did you have? You train, right? You speak and you train executives, as I said right now. What are you doing at this time? Which is going to lead to the next question.
Okay.
What are you doing? You see.
but if you look at my background, you said 800 executives, now 1,000. I've worked with over 1,000.
Wow.
But most of them are primarily in Asia. Okay. And so now my focus is U.S., Western Europe, primarily UK, Dubai, the Middle East, India. And so these are markets that I want to now expand into. And the other thing that I'm doing now, especially as I'm kind of focused in the US, is I also want to start working with small, medium-sized enterprises.
Okay,
I've worked with the Goldman Sachs of the world, the GE executives of the world. I want to start working, and I've already started working with entrepreneurs and startups and small, medium enterprises. It's actually more fun. It's more
really okay.
But the thing is, what I've discovered is that whatever the leaders of a Fortune 100 company do, the same principles are if you have a company of 5 employees. It doesn't matter if it's 10,000 employees or 5 employees. The same basic principles of leadership, of management, of communication. It transcends size. It transcends industry. It transcends culture. And so I want to take all those things that I've learned from working with these high level companies and bring them to these small, medium enterprises.
Okay. So that what leads to motivation. So could you teach or give us a tip on what do you teach or what do you give advice on? So give the listeners and the watchers what should they do? Teach them or give them tips. What would you suggest for an entrepreneur or small size, which that's your passion now, that was motivate you now at your time, your journey?
Okay, well, if we got a few hours, we can
go for some. You're my guest. It's on you. I'm open.
I'd say
I'll make another. If you know me, Lance, I'll make another episode. I just
okay.
appreciate you. I'll build bridges. Seriously,
Okay.
it's
All
on
right.
you.
I appreciate it, Nick. I'd say the first thing that people need to do is this thing again around authenticity is you need to invest time into figuring out what are your strengths, what are your passions, what's your experiences. There's a lot of tools out there, strength finders, disc. I mean, there's all kinds of tools out there to help you in the process.
Okay.
There is a really cool product called Dream and Achieve. And the reason why I think it's so cool is because I created it.
All right. Okay. All right.
So I'm biased, but what's great about this tool, it's a really practical tool that will help you identify your strengths, your passions, your experiences, your values. But what it will also do is it will help you drill down. What I think some of the assessment programs do is they give you too broad, like saying, oh, you're good with people. Well, I have no idea what that means. And so what Dream and Achieve, DNA for short, does, it drills down and figures out who, what, where, when.
Okay.
So let's say one of my passions, which is one of my passions, which is to help people transform, to change.
Okay.
But okay, that's pretty broad. But what this tool will say is, who do I want to transform? What do I want to transform them on? Where do I want to be doing it? When do I want to be doing it? And this specificity allows you to be able to take action, to move.
Okay.
Move. The other thing this tool does is integrates, meaning that the problem with some successful people that are not happy, it's because they've pursued one or two what I call elements, and it's usually around money or title. Nothing wrong with that. Wanting to be rich, no problem. Wanting to be powerful, great. God bless you. But in order for you to be really happy and fulfilled, it needs to be integrated. Your family life, your religious life, your professional life, it all needs to be consistent. If you're doing it in one and sacrificing the other, that's going to be a problem. Right. If you're not handling your health, I don't care how much money you make, you're going to be in trouble. So that's what that tool does. So, and I'm not saying for people to go get this tool, but any tool, get out there and start looking at who are you and try to start drilling down to figure out, okay, what specifically does that mean? And then I got to start getting that into my life.
Well, Lance, this is what I'm going to do. You're once again, you're my guest. Can you tell them where we need to know that the listeners and the watchers, where can they reach out to get this? Is that part of the program that you have, or do they go to the site and register time? How can they get that tool?
It's one of the programs. If they go to Lance Tanaka 360.com, they can get access to everything that we do.
Awesome.
And they can just check out Dream and Achieve is one of the things they can look at, and there'll be an introductory video. It'll have an exercise they can download for free. If they want to get the book around it, they can get the book. So just go to lancetanaka360.com and they can get to anything.
Okay. You have 3 books out. What's your recent book about?
The most recent one is Dream and Achieve.
Okay, awesome.
It came out. We're in 2022. It came out in 2021.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Time is flying. Yeah.
And what that book does, it's a 90-day process to be able to figure out who you are and put you on the path to fulfillment, purpose, and happiness.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, which I appreciate your time. Like I said before, what's your perception of perspective, not perception? What's your perspective? What do you see? How's leadership changed compared to at your time, which you was in the management position at that time? Has it changed some? Has it changed? What's your perspective?
Oh, it's changed a lot.
Really? Yeah.
When I was an executive at Pepsi Nike, the internet wasn't that big.
Okay.
So we didn't really have a lot of emails. I mean, now it's just you get thousands a day.
Right.
Maybe you get a couple a
Right.
day back
Right.
then. The other change is that technology has become so an integral part of leadership.
That's right.
Another thing that's changed is that the focus needs to be more on people, your people, rather than yourself or your business or your vision. Of course, those are important, but it's really all about attracting the right people, developing them, and retaining your best people. That is so critical. And really with COVID, that has just accelerated this need for people to really find purpose. Employees want purpose now. They never really, it wasn't that big of an issue, years ago, but it's huge now. And all the research is showing that people want to have the reason for why they're living, why they're working, and how does that translate into the company that they're working for. And so
Because don't you agree? Don't you agree? It's not because you made a point, which I'm pretty sure, which you can't pronounce at the times. People that you probably worked with millionaires or billionaires or people that had money where it wasn't about just the money with them. A lot of people think it's about the money that just makes you successful and want to live, which is not. Am I correct? So now what's happening is COVID. There's a lot of anxiety going on, even with people with money, Am I right?
So the lesson that I learned in my life is that if you focus on money, you may get it, but you won't be happy.
Right.
If you focus on what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and you bring more and more of that into your life, money will follow.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening in, listen to that, because he made a point. He's keep making that point, and he told a story. So at least you had the choice to adjust and move on and do your own thing and choose the type of people you want to work with, because this is your passion. I'm thinking this is what's your passion now.
Yeah.
Do you like, Lance, the after effect of helping someone, or you like the beginning, or you like the whole thing? What do you like a part of your mission or what you do, your profession?
One of my we talk about that dream and achieve process. It identifies elements, and usually people have somewhere between 7 and 9. I have 9, and one of the strongest ones is, for me, is can I help transform somebody or a team or an organization? And that's kind of like my drug.
Yeah. See the after effect that you got in there. I love it too. I do too.
Yeah. To make a difference. To really make a difference.
Because some people don't feel like they feel like it's too big to accomplish. And all I say, you just got to make one step, at least you make that first step.
It's that thing called influence one person, you influence the world.
Exactly. Whoa. Well, Mr. Lance, you're gonna make me ask you for another episode. We're gonna talk about personal development, because I bet you got a story to tell. And have you got some results from that? I know you have. You got more results of teaching people, and I love it.
Yeah. That's why we've been working with these organizations for multiple years, is because we do transform the people that we work with or the teams that we work with, and so that's why they keep calling us back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, Lance, I appreciate your time. Hey, do you have any motivation or anything you want to tell, or inspiration, or what stood out the last couple of months that you want to share to the listeners or people that's watching?
Well, it's back what we've been saying throughout this interview is you've got to figure out who you are. But then when you do that, you got to take a step. Okay. The next step is the most important step. And don't look for big ones. Don't look for, wow, this big step is just going to change my life.
That's right.
No, it's those little steps that make all the difference.
That's right.
So if you can start identifying, okay, maybe I need to read this book, or maybe I need to talk to these 3 people. That's what's really important. So I really would encourage people to not only discover, but to move. You got to take action now, because this is not urgent. It's important, but it's not urgent. And we tend to be driven by urgency. And so what I would really want people to do is take this very important thing and make it urgent.
Okay. Hey, I'm about to let you go. But you prove a point. We'll get another episode on that. That's where you was talking about the true north. You made a point. You just talked about that, ladies and gentlemen. If I can find that video, I'll plug it. But I'm going to respect your time, Lance, because you just proved the point. That's another episode. Everybody just want to be successful. Just go straight north. You on your video, you said you're gonna get, north. You're gonna go left at somewhere, but it's gonna lead you back up north. Just focus north. Just focus. Just make that step. Perfect doing, I always say. But hey, Lance, I appreciate it. You just motivated me.
Okay.
You inspired and motivated me here. So thanks for your time here. For coming.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, Nick. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. As I say, as I always end, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, www.nickbrowninc.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like this show and you are a new real estate investor, then check out one of Nicholas's free reports called the Wholesale Dominator Report, also located on our website, www.nickbrowninc.com/free reports. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.